Hello, welcome to this lecture series on information analysis, consolidation and repackaging. In this module, we will brief you rather how the role of library and information science professionals in making information analysis and consolidation and repackaging. You know, who are they? Library and information science professionals, who are they? They are very trained kind of professional, trained kind of people, because the trained others may not be knowing this. They are trained with different degrees. Like we have believe bachelor's in library and information science, master's in library and information science. So we have 2 years or 4 semester courses. So with this we study many courses or papers regarding involving information, everywhere information indexing, information explosion, information organization. It is called library and information science. So they are trained. Training is what kind of training they are having. So basically they know, because in the process of information processing and information analysis and consolidation, so what are the steps involved, prerequisite? Obviously the kind of, suppose you gathered the information, like maybe in the form of books, reports, journals, whatever. So all recorded information is a bulk of information, the huge amount of information. So the librarians are trained, or the information science professionals are trained. The very activity with the huge information is that to classify the, unless and until we classify those information, we cannot go for analysis. Okay, classify those information. So suppose in a library we receive thousands of books with different headings, different topics. Similarly your report, similarly your journals, even the internet or the online versions also. And the information hugeness, the information crowded information, crowded recorded information, unless and until you classify those, then probably it looks very hazy and very crowded. So you cannot do anything with this. So similarly, the very first instance of activity done by this library and information science professional is classification. Rather these days they are the professionals are talking of information knowledge organization. Is a very, they have elevated these classification and cataloging, you must have heard, to a higher version, knowledge organization. Knowledge organization is nothing but to classify and to sub-classify, and okay, so this is what they do. Then second is that after classification there are many methods of classification. Many methods, I am just telling you many methods of classification, like we different knowledge mapping system, they employ those techniques in classifying the huge amount of information, whether it is library or online systems, the classification. Even the Google also, the big brand search engine, they hire people and they train them the technical aspect of how to classify the online knowledges available in internet or in search engines. Okay, so this is known as classification. Then they organize and the display information, like for the users. So they use it a term called cataloging, shelving is that they process the book or any piece of information, recorded information, and it is online through their cataloging. Cataloging is for a popular definition, cataloging is nothing but to display how a particular a piece of recorded knowledge can be searched. They are trained in that way. So they have different, I am just bringing to your notice, they have different tools of cataloging also. That is your AACR2, they call it, Anglo-American cataloging is internationally, this is being used, AACR2. Through this model, I mean these tools, then they catalog. Okay, catalog is that they have different, like entry point, access point, like they have different techniques, probably how to access the book, like author's access, go by the surname of the authors. If the multiple authors are there, the first author is having the first entry, what they call it, main entry by the first author. Then the other rest of the authors are also accessed through additional entries. What is that they call? They call added entries. Okay. Then also they have for this is what, and they have other technique also. Bring the book can be accessed through the subjects. Then subjects, different book may contain different kinds of subjects. So a subject added into, additionally, someone can search a book through subjects. Sometimes the book can be searched through series also. The voracious reader, a very aggressive reader, can search a book through series of the book. So there are different multiple access points to search for a book. This is what. Then when the crowd, the information is becoming huge and huge, so they have these library and information science professionals also are trained in tagging. These days you must have heard tagging in case of internet search in online shopping, but these were already in force by the librarians, so years before. So in that sense, people sometimes say that librarians are the first Google. So they tag a particular book can have 10 tagging also. So 10 tagging also. A book is suppose a book is cultural history of Haryana, then how the book can be accessed. So author access, title access, but these two are very limited access. Without knowing any author and access, one can search through the what kind of subject he is seeking or she is seeking for. Interested to read, or suppose romantic with tragic end. Suppose a reader is interested in reading a novel or a fiction in which are romantic with a tragic end. So these they have different kinds of tagging, what they call it, subject tagging, subject heading, or subject descriptors also. But again by using a different standard tools, they use subject tagging, subject and descriptors. So that way, and this, so why these people are very much trained to in analyzing, consolidating and repackaging the information. These are the, and apart from that, modern techniques, especially the technological advancement, also while using Google, using different technique, search strategy, Boolean algebra, they are very much trained. So what I making a summary of it, why library and information science professionals are very useful in doing these consolidation and repackaging, or analysis and repackaging consolidation process. They have been trained in that way. So making summary of this, they are trained in very highly skilled in this way, while classifying, cataloging, and then accessing also, and filtering information also, filtering by different search strategies, especially subject search. So they filter out the irrelevant, unwanted documents. They are only the recall and precision while retrieving the book, retrieving the information. So All these are basic prerequisites for the process and consolidation. In this way, probably they are the first and the finest people, library information science professionals, to have information consolidation and repackaging, first analysis, consolidation. Bye bye.